You're listening to the Grifball Hubcast, brought to you by GrifballHub.com. Here's your host, Goose Checka.
It's me, a Goose Checka. My cow's in another castle.
Are you Count Goose Checka?
I was Mario.
Oh, okay.
What? Sweetie, didn't I do a good Mario?
You did.
Okay.
I thought that was your vampire, your Dracula.
No, I want to Dracula. Would be my Dracula.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It's a work in progress. So, yeah, this is the Grifball Hubcast number 211. So we're very, very excited. I am very excited because the World Cup started today. And so I'm wearing my Team USA jersey proudly. Cal's wearing his Team USA jersey also. And I can't wait for us to get knocked out in the first round. Those are my predictions.
Have a little faith.
No, I've been following men's soccer long enough to know that there is no faith. There's
Well,
only
that one year they went kind of far.
No.
We made it at a group play the last two times,
That's
in 2006 and 2010.
Yeah, that was like when I was in high school. They made it to like the semifinals or something.
That's like saying you made it out of preschool.
Well, for the Americans, getting out of group play is a victory.
No.
That's like
It
when,
was the quarterfinals.
For male Americans.
yes, exactly. In this instance of the World Cup.
Yes. Just gonna say. Yeah, see, Lamchop's right with me. You expect us to get out of groups. I don't think we're going to get out of
We
out
have
of
for the
group.
last two times. Remember the year
But think about who's in our group.
remember the time we tied the British?
Wasn't
Wasn't that awesome?
I'm wearing my Team USA.
We tied England.
And I
You
can't
know,
wait
just
to
I
get
can
knocked
only
out in
see
the
like
first
this.
round.
You know, up here it looks like you guys have like Santa Fe Railroad logos on your shirts.
Oh no, the American flag.
Well, if you sit back, you can see numbers, but when you lean forward, you can only.
No.
Yeah. You guys are like,
Probably look
go
like
Santa
shorts.
Fe, go trains.
I bet I look much shorter than you because you're leaning forward and I'm leaning back.
Well, so just to kind of put everybody on the same page, the group that we have is really depressing. We have Portugal, Germany, and Ghana.
And it's only the top two, right?
Yes, Simon.
So we have to do better than either Portugal or Germany.
Or Ghana.
Two times.
Did
We have-
Ghana eliminate the U.S. last time?
We tied
Ghana is very good.
You know, just I
And-
can only see like this, on your shirts.
We're not getting out of group play. Can we just accept that now?
But we're America.
You guys are like,
This is soccer.
We had the first dive already.
Yes, the
Brazilians had the first dive.
first dive of the World Cup was executed by the Brazilians, which, you know what? They are the best. They are the best at dives. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
Rally's typing furiously,
And
and Marcus is saying hello. So we suggested we were brainstorming. We suggested we have do a podcast where it's just Marcus and Simon together.
yes.
And it's only the top two, right?
Yes, Simon.
I like that idea. Why is this? I can hear myself.
We're not getting out of group play. This is yeah. I'll be happy if we tie Portugal, Lamchop.
I can still hear myself.
You know what? I'm muted. Cal, are you muted?
Well, let me make sure I am. How does that mute your mic?
It's really dark in here.
Alright, let's try again.
Where's my volume?
Can you hear? Are you still echoing?
Am I? Yeah,
Are
I
you?
can still hear myself.
Yes, I don't know.
Nothing here.
Oh, I'm trying to. Where the hell's volume on Skype?
I don't know. Well, this is off to an exciting start here.
Always. Where the fuck is the volume at? I'm just gonna mute myself for a second.
Okay. World Cup, watch it, live it, breathe it. I am very surprised. Twitter did something really cool that you can, if you follow the World Cup, they have like a little bar at the top. And so to get all your World Cup news, you just hit that button and then it comes up with like panels for games and for scores and for matchups and for news.
There's a
best.
there's an Xbox One app for the World Cup as well.
But I'm not always near my Xbox One.
I mean, when you're watching the games on television, you can snap the World Cup app and it'll have updates what the players are doing in other games and things like that. We'll have to download it and check it out when we watch the next game.
Yep. Looking forward to it. So again, since we are the jocks of the gaming world, always got to cover what's going on in the world of sports. Have you welcomed people to the Hubcast? I have. We actually have an audio announcer who does that for us now.
This is episode 211.
I said that.
Oh. Just wanted to reiterate, this is Grifball Hubcast episode 211.
And you are?
Cal.
And the muted person is?
I'm Rally.
Yes, you are.
And I don't hear myself now.
Okay.
Yay.
That's a good, exciting thing.
God, that was going to drive me insane.
So I guess the first step tonight, it's already been talked about a little bit in the chat box. I think we should just dive right into it. E3 was this week.
Yes.
And so much Halo win.
Yes.
I can't even... it's kind of hard to comprehend everything that was put out there during E3.
Yeah, there has been a lot of smoke for about a year now about a Halo 2. Hi, Marcus is also very excited about it. It's okay. Marcus is too young to remember the other Halo games, so he's excited about getting a chance to play them, because he was born after all the Halo games.
Yes.
So yes, there's been a lot of smoke for a while about Halo 2 Anniversary, where there have been rumors, people have been speculating that Certain Affinity and 343 have been working on giving Halo 2 the same anniversary treatment that Halo 1 got, redoing the graphics for the campaign and all that jazz. But there hasn't been any official word from 343 about Halo 2 Anniversary. But people have been expecting it's going to come out this year. It's the 10-year anniversary of Halo 2. Came out in 2004. And then we got Halo 2 Anniversary and a lot more.
The MCC.
Much more than I was expecting.
The Master Chief Collection is what they're calling it. And it is Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 4.
Yeah, all the games, including all 4 campaigns and all 4 multiplayer, all the maps, all 4 multiplayer engines, over 100 maps across the 4 games, and all of it at 1080p, 60 frames per second, and on dedicated servers. This is mind-blowing, because I never, ever thought that we would be able to play Halo 3 Grifball and Halo 4 Grifball on dedicated servers. I thought the first time Grifball would be able to move to dedicated servers would be with Halo 5. And that these other 2 games, they would just always, if you wanted to play them, you'd have to pull out your 360 and connect to somebody else's Xbox as the host. That there would be no dedicated servers.
It's crazy to think about Halo 3 Grifball on dedicated servers on a disc that everybody's going to have.
Yes.
It's really, really exciting. But it also is starting to already create a headache. Cal and I have already started having discussions about, well, for, obviously not next season, but the season after this comes out, do we have a Halo 4 league? Do we have a Halo 3 league? Do we have 2 at the same time? And then when Halo 5 comes out, what do we do? So it's a good problem to have, though. It's almost too much Grifball. And I've got to say, it was really, really cool when they did the demo and you could see Grifball. There was a Grifball screenshot and Grifball was in the UI. And It's like, oh, they're thinking about us.
Yep. Rally, do you have any opinions?
He's eating ice cream.
What? No, there's lots of random screaming going on.
Are we going to have to ask what's Rally eating?
It's ice cream.
I told you it was ice cream. I didn't know. I just asked.
It's actually melted ice cream.
Ooh.
See, it's like if you want to see, it's like if I hold up, like you can.
Oh,
so I guess it's like cold milk with Butterfinger in it. It's pretty good.
Ooh, that sounds good.
See, one of the I played Halo.
Echo.
I'm hearing an echo in Rally's mic.
But
sorry. One of the reasons why I don't rate Halo 3 Grifball as my favorite was because of the netcode in Halo 3 and how, in retrospect, how bad it was.
Echo.
Again?
Yep.
Yeah. I think you might just have to turn down your volume. You should be fine.
Maybe I might be going on to Amazon and buying a new fucking headset.
Just make sure you use the grifballhub.com link.
I am using it.
Well, no echo anymore. That's good. You fixed it. Yay!
So Halo 3 netcode sucked.
Yeah, Halo 3 netcode in retrospect was really terrible, and how much I mean, the person who pulled host had massive powers. I remember back on Grifball.com, someone had a diagram. I believe it was when Zeg pulled host, and it showed like stick figures on the court, and then they had one stick figure who had the biggest hammer on the court, and this giant energy wave that encompassed half the court.
Yep.
That's a good representation of what it's like to pull host in Halo 3.
Yeah.
Except we don't have to worry about that anymore, because when we play Halo 3 on the Xbox One, nobody has host.
Woohoo!
That it's a dedicated server is, I mean, to be clear, it's not like playing on LAN. It's not that there is no latency. It's not that there's no ping. It's not like that. But it's as though we have a neutral host every single game without having to have a ninth player in there.
What's crazy is that position, the neutral host position, which we've had for like 5 years, 6 years, is going to be retired.
Yeah.
This is the death of the neutral host.
Yes. Pour one out for all the neutral hosts over the years who have given their time. Yeah, we'll miss you.
Yep.
It's a good thing they can get rid of neutral hosts now, right?
Yes. Some people really like to do it, but it's overall a good thing.
Yeah, it is a hassle to have a neutral host. I mean, not only for the neutral hosts, for those people, very generous people with their time, to get online and sit in a lobby and sit in a game for people so that, they can play without an on-court host. But the fact that the teams have to hunt somebody down, ask them, make sure they're online at the same time. Team captains don't just have to get their own players online, but they're also responsible for getting a neutral host online, especially in the AGLA, where there are rules in place about the home team picks the neutral host, and if they don't have one, then the away team gets to pick a neutral host, and it's all this additional responsibility for the captains to find one. But it's going to be so nice. It's going to be so nice when the Xbox One Halo 3 comes out and Halo 4 comes out, and we don't have to look for neutral hosts anymore. You just hop online, you get to a dedicated server, and that's it.
It's kind of brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah.
It does.
It really does. It is really, really awesome. This is beyond what we could ever hope for these Grifball games. Because we were all prepared, okay, we're going to be playing Halo 4 Grifball for 3 years, from November 2012 to November 2015 when Halo 5 comes out, and we're playing it on the Xbox 360. It's going to be, when Halo 5 comes out, the Xbox One would have been out for 2 years.
Yes.
So 2 years, we're still been playing on the old console. 2 years after the new one comes out, that's what our plan was. But now this totally turns it around, and we might be able to move to the Xbox One sooner. And what of course, the dedicated servers are the thing that I'm most excited about.
Yes.
And that is such a huge deal for Grifball and such a huge convenience for folks. But the other thing I'm excited about are all the extra Xbox One apps and features that are there.
Anybody will be able to stream from their point of view. Anybody will be able to, say, record that and make highlight reels. And Echo? Yep.
Sorry, Rally.
Poor Rally. But yeah, so anybody can do highlight reels. Anybody can stream. It's so exciting to be able to share clips so easily. It's, I think, really going to be a great thing for showcasing what we can do.
Yeah, the best trash talk in Grifball is going to be Xbox record that.
There you go. That's how you know.
Yeah, that trash talk is perfectly okay. But I was just already brainstorming some of the things we can do on the site. Is we have a widget on the front page that is linked to this Twitch account, twitch.tv/GrifballHub. And whenever we go online, it turns green, and whenever we're offline, it turns red. You could have that for every single person's player profile.
That's a lot of widget.
Yeah, people. I mean, we can add a form where people can put in their Twitch address for their stream, and then whenever they're online and they start streaming, a little widget on their player profile will turn green and say, "Hey, this person is streaming right now."
That's really cool.
And
that's really cool.
We might be able to link it to the front page too, so it'll show when people are streaming Grifball.
It'll show when Canon's streaming.
Yeah.
Which is 24/7 anymore.
Yes, it'll just always be green.
Well, between him and Lamb Chop, we've definitely got 24 hours of live streams.
Yep. Yeah, it is. So anybody can stream. So you could have every single AGLA game. All 8 people are streaming from their point of view.
Yep.
And then you have an additional stream from the host box or whatever looking at it.
Yeah. And one of the cool things is that when you do record something on the Xbox One, you have the power to edit it on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
So you can take a film and slice it up and rearrange it and lay I don't think you can lay graphics on it, but you can cut it out.
You can have a webcam thing if you have the Kinect.
Yep.
Yeah, you can do voiceovers.
So if you're streaming like yourself, or if everybody's streaming all at once, how does that affect the connection?
The Xbox One does a test to see what your connection can handle, and outputs the stream accordingly. So if you have a lot of bandwidth, you can do a high quality, 720p stream just fine, and it won't slow down your game. If you have a less than perfect connection, it'll bump it down to less than HD for you. It won't let you stream at a level that'll be detrimental to your gameplay experience.
Which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
I mean, because when it's hosted, when you have a peer-to-peer connection like you do now on the 360, everybody's connecting to the host box, and then the host box is pushing everybody's data out. So the host box is the one that's acting as the dedicated server. But when you're using Microsoft's high-tech server farms, where they have 30,000 plus servers across the United States, that's going to be a little bit more of a stable connection. Is that you just have to worry about your Xbox to the server and back again. You don't have to worry about everybody's connection to the host box, to the Xbox 360 that's hosting the game.
Yeah, this is really exciting.
Yeah, so we can have so many more Grifball streams when we switch over to the Xbox One.
All the streams.
All you have to say is, Xbox broadcast, and you're going to start streaming on your Twitch channel. I mean, that is just so amazing that we can push all of that out there. If you're hopping in matchmaking, why not stream it? Why not, if you have a Kinect, turn that on, put your Xbox on, and start streaming when you're in matchmaking.
I know why I wouldn't want to stream when I'm in matchmaking.
People are like, Goose, I didn't know you knew those words.
My image would be ruined.
Although it's sad, people aren't going to be able to blame host anymore.
I'm sure they'll find something.
They'll still complain about connection, I'm sure. But
now, if you stream with your Xbox One with the Kinect on there, does it automatically put a little picture of you or whatever while you're playing, like the live one, or is that just an option?
It's an option. You can turn it off. I think it's on by default, but you can turn it off so you don't have to, if you're not wearing pants, text.
No, I mean, if you don't want to look at yourself or have the world look at you.
Hi, Debbie.
Hey, Debbie.
They said hi.
So you get the, you have all the other party and voice message stuff and everything else that comes with the Xbox One, plus anything they come out with between now and November.
Right.
Because they do title updates for the thing every single month, and a bunch of new features always get added.
Yeah, the Smart Glass app, if you have not checked it out yet and you have an Xbox One, you are missing out. The thing's now a universal remote, and it's really awesome to be able to check my Xbox Live messages when I am not near my Xbox.
Yes, it's nice that I get push notifications whenever someone sends me an Xbox Live message, which is why I'm always very quick to respond to people when they have text, but much less quick when they have voice messages.
Yeah.
If you send me an Xbox 360 voice message, I'm not going to hear that until I turn on my Xbox 360, which can be, as little as once a week.
Yeah.
But for the Xbox One, the Smart Glass app is awesome. You can also look at video clips you've made. So if you have a video clip you've done in Grifball on the Master Chief Collection, you'll be able to take a look at that on your iPad or whatever you have your Smart Glass thing.
I'm sorry, I cannot wait to stream Halo 2 in HD.
Yes.
I am going through campaign in my head, and I'm about to cry.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
The other cool thing about making highlights on the Xbox One, just by saying Xbox record that when it happens, is it takes the video clip, while you're playing, say you're playing in matchmaking or you're playing a league game and something really awesome happens, you just say Xbox record that. It'll record the last 30 seconds automatically, or up to 5 minutes too, continuously. So it'll record that big of a chunk of time. And then it'll take it and it'll put it on your OneDrive. It's like your cloud saving for your Microsoft service that comes with your Xbox Live account. And then later, you just take that highlight. It's on your OneDrive. You can download it on your computer in a usable video format. You can send it directly to YouTube. So what you can do is you just put it on your cloud drive. And then when we do highlight reels for the Master Chief Collection, that's all you need is that clip. And they would all be first person as well. So there's going to be theater mode in Halo 3 and Halo 4. So if you wanted to have your video clips that way, which is much better for passing, passing and things that we need a wider camera for on the highlight reels, that's still going to be an option. But at the very least, it's very easy for anybody to record a highlight automatically in their Xbox and send us a link to the OneDrive.
I like your shirt, Riley. It's good stuff.
That's old school.
Showing his sports pride.
Yep.
Well, I don't have a U.S. soccer jersey. Debbie said, "Where's your soccer jersey?" So I don't have a soccer jersey.
That's,
Hockey is like the soccer of the ice.
yeah, it's like Canadian soccer.
Oh, sorry, Merlin. I just kicked my cat.
Oh, poor kitty. But I guess, and one thing that I'm thinking about, as we're talking about all this really exciting ways to stream, I wonder, because right now there's a limited number of people who can stream.
Yes.
Because of
you need a capture box.
the capture box and how to do all of it.
Page or Elgato or something.
So there are kind of like an elite top crust of people who stream and have good streams. But I wonder how it's going to affect Twitch and it's going to affect viewers and subscribers when everybody and their mother can stream very, very easily.
Are you talking about just Grifball or the Twitch ecosystem in general?
I guess both. I mean, like right now, people know that if they want to see Grifball, they go to the Grifball Hub channel or they go to the AGLA specific channel. And that's how you build views and subscribers, and that's how you get attention and favorites and how your page grows. But if everybody's streaming, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's just something to think about, is will people still tune in to our main channels? Like, from an administrator point, how are we going to manage the fact that everybody can stream? Or are we still going to have a third-person stream sitting in the box?
I haven't tried this out yet, but I asked the people at Twitch once about when they first came out with the Twitch streaming for the Xbox One, how easy is it to switch channels? Can I take my Cavalgarian gamer tag and link it to my Cavalgarian Twitch TV channel, and then when I want, change that and link it to the Grifball Hub channel? And they said, yes, you can do that. It's only a few button presses.
Okay.
So if you have a main event, if you have Wednesday night Grifball, or if the AGLA, you have Sunday night Grifball, if you or the EUGBL, if you have a Thursday tip-off, right? Mm-hmm. If you have a special event you want to stream for on your official channel, or if you're streaming the AGLA Championship game, whatever, you can go on your Xbox One and switch your channel to one of the official channels.
Okay.
And then if it's like, hey, we're getting online to scrimmage and I want to stream this, you can just stream it on your normal channel.
Okay.
Those kind of things are optional. And I think, the AGLA administration has been very free and giving out their streaming information to anybody who wants to stream.
The key, yeah.
And I'm sure that would continue once we move over to the Master Chief Collection, so that people can go ahead and start streaming to the official AGLA channel, even if it's a first-person stream. And even that would be great.
Right.
I still think there's going to be a place to have third-person views in the box. So, because watching an entire stream from a first-person perspective of only one player can be a little difficult to handle. And plus, nobody's going to be there to be able to talk about the game or commentate or anything like that.
I just kind of dream about the day that we'll be able to have, like, picture-in-picture. So you're going to see, the horizontal large screen will be the third-person view of the commentator. And then, like, the top right, you'll be able to have, like, Rage War Nerds first-person view. And in the bottom right, you'll have, I'm going to shout out to Panther Lily, because I royally screwed up during Wednesday Night Grifball. I called her Tiger Lily. So I'm so sorry. I really am not.
You don't want to get your wild animals mixed up.
So yeah, having like Rage War Nerd's perspective up here and Panther Lily's perspective down here, and I'm sure it's possible because I've seen other people do it already. That's above and beyond my pay grade.
Well, the only problem with that is there's latency in Twitch.
Boo.
So that if I'm streaming from like the courtside perspective or the Wraith perspective under the court or whatnot, my stream is going to be matched up with your audio, matched up with whatever the commentator's saying.
That's right.
But if I'm capturing from Twitch, that thing I'm capturing on Twitch itself is going to be like 10 to 30 seconds behind. So people would see the action from a third-person perspective in the main screen, and then the little picture-in-picture is going to be running behind.
Okay.
So that would be the only downside to that.
Oh, boo.
Yeah. But it's possible, but the latency right now is too great. If Twitch were a little bit less latency-filled, if it was like 5 seconds, that would be doable. But maybe Twitch will get there. I mean, they're always upgrading their infrastructure, which is sorely needed, because they've had a huge bump in activity since the PS4 and the Xbox One has Twitch streaming. I've seen a lot of increased activity since last November.
You want to know what's funny? Latency is a form of development.
Form of development.
Well, it's one of Freud's stages of development. So there's the oral stage, and then there's the anal stage, and then there's the latency stage.
Do you say the anal stage?
Yeah.
It's when children express themselves through bowel movements.
Well, that's how they derive satisfaction, is through bowel movements.
I get satisfaction through bowel movements.
So I guess you're in the anal stage, Riley.
I guess it always feels good to take a dump.
I have a feeling we just landed on next week's comic.
All I'm saying is that latency, I thought it was funny because Twitch has latency, and in humans, latency is the period from between when you're a toddler to right before you hit puberty. So it's like you're growing up and you're about to go into puberty. So maybe Twitch is about to go into puberty because of latency.
Well, they did get a buyout offer of like $1 billion or more from Google. I think it was Google.
Oh, wow.
Maybe that's when they hit maturity. It's when they make their $1 billion.
Have you guys seen the Google Maps car driving around a bunch?
No, I haven't.
I have.
Sure.
I think it's passed me a couple dozen times.
I want to go look at Riley's neighborhood, and then you can see Riley on this corner, and then that corner, and that corner, and that corner.
Really cheap.
Seriously, if you go like down the freeway by where I drive in the afternoon, you'll probably see me on it in multiple places.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
So Magic Carp is asking about land. If they're
It's what you stand on, land.
Yes, land. The land is blue on the map.
Land ho.
So Magikarp is asking about LAN for the Master Chief Collection and streaming and all that. If all of the Xboxes are connected together, they wouldn't be connected to
the dedicated server,
the internet, to be able to stream. Although, if you had, well, I don't really think that would impact it because everything would still be 30 seconds behind on Twitch, and there would still be one Xbox from which the main stream would happen, and that would not. Yeah, that would the data it would be collecting would still be 30 seconds off from all the other streams.
But there will be a LAN tournament at RTX.
Yes, but not in the Master Chief Collection.
No.
Yeah.
That doesn't come out for a wee bit.
Yeah.
But there was a ton else.
Well, just one other thing to say about the LAN thing is Frank O'Connor, big honcho at 343.
It's okay, we're on the first basis.
Yes.
Honcho works at 343?
Yes. So Frankie, he actually was drinking with Tex at last RTX.
Yep.
I think.
Frankie's with Tex?
Yes.
Yeah, they were drinking together last RTX.
Behind Honcho's back.
Behind Honcho's back.
Yep.
Don't tell Honcho about it.
What about Nanadel?
Nanadel knows everything.
Yes.
He does. It's scary how much he knows.
Yep.
For a guy you never see, he knows it awful. So yeah, he was talking about having LAN in the Master Chief Collection. Apparently the Xbox One does not support LAN by default in all the games, so there's a couple more hooks they have to add in to have LAN be possible. I would assume that he said that it's in the plans to have LAN capabilities in the Master Chief Collection, which would be very important for MLG events and events like us at RTX, later and other perhaps LAN Grifball events in the future.
Yep.
The alternative would be all the Xboxes are together and they're all connected to the dedicated server through whatever internet connection is there, but that would seem like a waste.
Yeah.
It'd seem much easier just to plug them all into each other and have a LAN event there.
So yeah, then there was a bunch of other stuff that came out at E3, none of which was nearly as important.
No. So what else, besides Grifball, besides Halo 3 Grifball and Halo 4 Grifball, what else are you most excited about playing in the Master Chief Collection?
The beta.
Halo 2 campaign. Oh yeah, the Halo 5 beta.
That's the only thing that interests me out of the whole thing.
I want to definitely go back through Halo 2 campaign, stream it, do Lasso, and that was my jam. Hey, you never beat it on Legendary.
No, you did.
I did. I spent an entire summer.
Although
doing that.
In Halo 2, when you played it, that was the first game with skulls. But the skulls weren't like a menu option you can turn on like Halo 3 and later games. But it was each individual skull you'd find in the game.
Yeah.
But I guess Lasso wasn't really a thing then because each level only had one skull and you had to go and hunt it down. And then the skull attributes would only be active when you found the skull. So you can't just turn them all on at the beginning of the game like you can later.
But Halo 2 Lasso's never been done before.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that this new collection, you are going to have skulls that you can turn on during Halo 2. So Halo 2 Lasso will actually be a thing.
Excellent. I'm on it.
The only one I haven't beaten is Halo 1 because I got bored halfway through it.
I've beaten them all.
Yes.
Well, I didn't play it when I played the anniversary one.
Oh, okay.
And I got bored. And Mango even joined in to try to help me along, and I was like, I'm going to go do something else.
I think Halo 1 might be my least favorite.
Campaign-wise.
Campaign-wise, probably also multiplayer-wise.
Are we including Reach? Because
I include Reach. I liked Reach.
ODST is probably my least favorite campaign.
I liked ODST's
Reach.
campaign.
Riley, I don't know if we can be friends anymore, dude.
You can, at least you can kill a scarab in ODST. Although they cheat you out of a scarab in the last level. But
They do.
before that, you get to take down a scarab.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool when they're like, it's a scarab, but it's like, dramatic.
Yeah, that made me so mad in both ODST. I've said this story a million. I bet I've said it on the Hubcast
I've
before.
seen Cal rage twice. One had to do with pants, and one had to do with the teasing of the scarab in ODST.
And they did it again in Reach.
Yes, they did.
The last level on Reach. You're like, oh my god, there are scarabs in this game. Let's take one down. Oh no, wait, we just have to drive past it. We can't actually take it down.
Taking out a scarab is really not that big a deal.
It's the best.
No, it's really not. It's not like it's hard.
I love taking down this.
They're really big and slow. There's
just something so cool about having this giant vehicle that is 100 feet tall, and that you board it and take this and you blow the whole thing up. There's something really satisfying about it.
It's like a giant blue crab.
Yes.
That's probably why Cal likes it.
Halo 4 touched on it in that map with the campaign level with the elephant, or the mammoth, where you had a Covenant cruiser that you boarded and blew up, and then while it was exploding, you had to jump out the window. Like, that was close. That was pretty much as cool.
How did Halo 2 end? Which one? Is that not the one? Halo 3?
Spoilers.
I forget.
Is enough time.
I honestly can't remember how it ends.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, you play the last level. You play the second to last level. You play as Master Chief, and he boards on this ship that Truth is on that's heading to Earth. And the last level he plays the Arbiter, and he and Johnson team up and kill Tartarus, the big bad brute.
The original Grifballer.
Yes. Rest in peace, homie.
Yep.
It was Halo 3 with the Warthog thing at the end, right? The chase with the floor falling away and stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 1 also had a Warthog thing at the end, but you were racing down the Pillar of Autumn as it was blowing up.
Oh, I want to just play that level.
Yeah, the last level in Halo 3 was an homage to the last level in Halo 1.
Yep.
Oh.
With the Warthog chase.
Magic Carver's complaining that we're spoiling Halo 2. Because he hasn't played it.
I'm sorry.
Probably because he wasn't even alive.
The characters you see in Halo 2 that you don't see in the subsequent games, they all die. I'm sorry.
You know, to be honest, so Halo 2 was what sold me on getting an Xbox. The trailers.
Yeah.
Because they looked really cool.
God, how awesome was it in the reveal for the Master Chief Collection that they redid the scene of Master Chief giving the Covenant back their bomb?
Yes, that was so cool.
And my favorite bit was the narrator.
I know.
Yep.
Just before the Hubcast, so I just flipped on the Xbox E3 the brief where it showed. It was just like all the game trailers, you know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was watching that that I noticed who it was that was talking at the very end.
Yep.
Like I kept thinking, God, that voice sounds familiar, and I couldn't really place it. And then at the very end, I was like, oh, that's why. Oh, my cat moved.
It's the voodoo guy from Princess and the Frog.
Yes, that guy. I have a pretty good ear for finding voice actors, and I even picked the Keith David out of. He does the Navy commercials. Join the Navy commercials.
He does.
That's not. Oh God damn it! Now I can't think of what his name is. An actor, a popular actor.
Keith David is a popular enough actor.
He is. What's he in?
Well, he does Navy commercials. He was in.
Oh no! Who's the guy that does the Allstate commercials?
Dennis Haas.
The president.
Yeah, he played the president or whatever.
I'm 24. Yeah. Dennis Haspert has.
No, it's not him. No.
Yeah, he's the guy from the Allstate commercials.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, that's. I'm just the guy that does the Navy commercials. I thought was someone else.
No, it's Keith David.
Like I thought it was like Lawrence Fishburne or something. No, not him.
I think Lawrence Fishburne might do a different branch in the military.
Does he?
I think so. But I know for a fact Keith David does Navy commercials.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, whatever.
Yeah,
he's got a good voice.
Yeah.
Sexy.
He was also the bad guy in Princess and the Frog.
So if you want
we
to
could combine
if you want to see
him
the
and
Arbiter sing, go watch Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, the Arbiter sings in Princess and the Frog. It's very exciting.
It is.
So yeah, the Arbiter was fantastic to hear the Arbiter's voice for the Master Chief Collection reveal.
Oh my God, Cal was squealing like a little.
Oh, Leo's got another one. He was in the Gargoyles cartoon.
Yes, and I'm thinking of another one.
Oh,
Sorry.
I remember when Halo 2 came out, all our friends in the dorms were like, yeah, that's the guy who does the Gargoyles cartoon. I never watched it, but apparently that was a big deal for people of our age.
Well, it's like the guy who played Gravemind was the voice of Olmec in Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yes, that is also a very fun fact.
Fun fact.
Yeah,
But anyway.
But seeing the Arbiter there and then seeing the tie-in with Halo 5,
That was really cool.
that Agent Locke is the guy who's on the cover of Halo 5, the mysterious Spartan,
Mhm.
and apparently he's going on a mission to find
Oh, he
Chief.
has a name?
Yes!
Yep.
Where did you find that at?
In the trailer, the Arbiter calls him Agent Locke.
Oh, I didn't hear him say. Oh, I heard him say agent. I didn't hear a name.
Yep.
I wish Agent Locke was a girl.
Yeah, it's kind of a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a girl. You never know.
Maybe that's the big reveal. It's a
Yes.
Metroid-like thing.
That would be cool.
But it
Well,
was,
but I mean, you never know because, like, real armor isn't really like, they always make armor and it's got like boobs and shit like that in games and stupid movies and stuff like that. I was reading a thing about a guy that was actually made like armor, like suits of armor, like real. And he was saying, or they were saying, them and some scientists were saying, like, if you actually made a suit of armor like that for like a woman and it had like the boobs cut out and how they always make them overly ridiculous stuff. They said if you actually got hit with something like that, it would probably kill you because the shape would just cave your chest in.
Yeah, that was more a dig at Ubisoft. So
I heard
I'm still a little bitter.
Did you hear there was another gaming company that gave that same excuse today? I think
Far
today.
Cry. It was
Far Cry, yeah.
Ubisoft as well. They also make Far Cry.
Oh,
Do they?
Shock.
All I got to say about, Assassin's Creed has been the same game since Assassin's Creed 1. Haven't really changed it, so it's pretty boring. And I never played Far Cry. It looks lame.
I've heard very good things about Far Cry 3, but I've never played it. I might like it if I had played it. I feel like I would like Assassin's Creed 2 if I ever had time to play it.
It's, like the first game was good and the second game was kind of like, okay, we're going to keep the story going. And then the third game was like, okay, we're going to keep the story going, but I feel like I'm not playing anything different, just a longer version. And then it was like Assassin's Creed 3 when you got into the Revolutionary War or whatever. I was like, okay, literally nothing has changed. But that whole bit about them not having female multiplayer characters, I don't know why that was a pretty stupid comment because the first multiplayer game they had in Assassin's Creed had female characters. It was like half the multiplayer characters were females.
Well, they just ran out of time, Riley.
Is that tea?
Yeah, I found the tea.
That's not even the same cup.
There's Polygon Polygon has a mini podcast they do every day. It's like a 10 to 30 minute show called Friends List. Where they do a topic of the day about video games. And the other day they did it on that Ubisoft thing. And for everyone who's curious what it is, Ubisoft had the announcement, talking about their new Assassin's Creed game. They had a gameplay thing going on at the Xbox reveal or the Xbox E3 event. They did a live gameplay of the new Assassin's Creed game. And they said that for the multiplayer aspect, you can customize your assassin, dress him however you want, etc. But you can't be a girl because they said we ran out of time in development and we didn't make enough time to create a female model and get a female voice actor in there to record lines for it. And so Polygon did a mini podcast about it where they're talking about the issue and was like, is this a good excuse?
No.
And they said, well, on one level, that could be true. What they say could be very true. That they just ran out of time, they had to cut something, and so they cut that. But if you keep going and back up, take a step back, think about it. Why, when they were creating their development plan and their schedule, did not they make time for this? Why didn't they say, this is something that must be in the game, so we're going to make time for it?
Yeah, why is it when something's on the chopping block, it's representing over half of the fucking human population?
I mean, you think about it, they get down like details like, hey, the Notre Dame Cathedral in the game has to have the correct number of bells. This gargoyle on the cathedral has to be immaculately created so it's perfect and so true to life. They spend time on those kind of fine details to get Paris perfect, but they don't take a step back and think, hey, let's make sure we have a female character model for the multiplayer.
I'm sorry, should I be on this podcast? Should I go make you a sandwich and go be barefoot in the kitchen and pop out a couple babies? Because that's apparently what Ubisoft wants me to do.
Yep.
Because half the population is not worth their time.
Nope.
Half of the people who purchase games are not worth their time. 48% of the gaming population is not worth their time. And don't anybody say it's because women play casual games, because the average female gamer has been playing video games for 13 years before there were fucking casual games. So just, I'm done. I'm done.
I think you should tell us how you really feel.
Can you drop the mic?
I'm just, not every game has to have a female character, but really, you're putting in all this effort so that boys can dress up, and you can't even make a female. One of the best things that I saw was, Ubisoft, women, they're things with the long legs, the long hair, right? And the response was, oh, what, the horses? Because, you have time to make the horses. But obviously they are more important.
That's because they're French.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to.
Sorry.
It really doesn't make any sense when, it's 2014. Whenever any multiplayer game, you should be able to customize your whatever in-game avatar of whatever it is, whether it be male and female or whatever they look like. It's kind of lame to not be able to get down to just full-on customization of looking however you want.
I mean, there are some characters in video games where their gender is an important aspect of them. And so,
I disagree.
And so it makes sense to write a story, if you want to write the story about, hey, how would a woman be treated in this scenario? It's important for that character to be female in that game. Tomb Raider, for example, would be a different game because you would expect the other characters to have a different interaction with Lara Croft if she was a guy as opposed to a female.
Why?
Like, she goes on the island and you have people who underestimate her because she's female, and that's an aspect of the story. But if she were male, they wouldn't be underestimating her because of her femininity. But that's a point the story makes, is that you shouldn't underestimate women like Lara Croft. You shouldn't underestimate women. Women can be just as strong as men. And that's one of the main points of the story.
How else do we unscrew the peanut butter to make you your peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yeah, exactly. Big strong. Or, I use the example of Red Dead Redemption. That
Marston could have totally been a woman.
No, well, Red Dead Redemption is a story that takes place in 1910 on the U.S.-Mexican border, Old West. A fictitious story. And the Old West. And so it tries to be more true to life in, relations between the genders, relations between the races, things along those lines. Cowboys versus modernity. You have the first auto cars, the opening scene of the video game. The first automobile out west. And John Marston's gender is an important part of the story because it's how he relates to his wife and his son, and there's a grounded reality about this is what it was like back then. It was really this terrible for women. It was really this terrible for men. It was a horrible time in 1910 out west.
Marston could have been female.
But if Marston was female, it would have been a much less realistic story in that he wouldn't be able to have had a wife because a woman marrying a woman wouldn't have existed in 1910.
Well, then she'd marry a husband who died.
Well, then her
because
relationship...
she stabbed him repeatedly for making stupid gendered comments.
Her relationship with Bonnie would have been different, et cetera, et cetera. So I think there are cases where you can have a game where you have a female protagonist, and it makes sense for them to be female. You can have a game where you have a male protagonist, or it makes sense for them to be male. But the problem is, there aren't enough stories that are told with a female protagonist. And that there's a stack this high of games that have a male lead, and a tiny, tiny number of games that have a female lead.
Did you know that females only represent 13% of video game characters, and the number gets even smaller if you want those female characters to actually be playable?
I believe it.
13%.
I mean, you have characters like Mario and Sonic where their gender doesn't really mean anything to them. Is that Mario and Sonic, their stories and their gameplay aren't impacted at all by what gender there are. So there should be more characters like that where the developer goes, this character's gender doesn't mean anything, so why not make them a woman? The character's gender is not an important aspect of the story, so why are they male by default?
Because the man is keeping us down.
Well, I know the real answer is yes.
So, did you see that Project Spark thing?
Yes.
I'm going to make a game with a lamp.
A sexy lamp?
Yes.
Excellent. I will play that.
It'll hop, because that's what lamps will do. It'll be like hop, hop, hop. And then I'll give it a sword, and then it'll hack. And it'll hop. It'll hop and hawk.
Did you see the Project Spark thing they did at E3?
What? I don't get that whole Project Spark thing, because they showed, this animated trailer with these characters, and it's really beautiful looking, awesome backgrounds and worlds, and they're like, this is my game, and I'm going to show you my game, and then it shows, the actual stuff made, and it's like, what is this, 1982? I mean, come on. What are we doing?
It looks really cool in real life.
Does it? All these, it's over 1,000 million whatever games, and they all look like they came on my ColecoVision or something. You know, I mean, where's the really cool looking stuff that they just showed me at the beginning of this? They're like, oh, this has catches my attention, and then it's like, I don't want to. I mean, if I want to play, Frogger, I'll go play Frogger. What the hell? Oh, they're Harry Potter stamps.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, Lamb Chop probably got a boner or something.
I know.
You weren't muted for that rally, by the way.
Oh, hey, hi, Lamb Chop.
There is a new Tomb Raider game coming out, though.
Yeah.
I'm
A
excited
what?
for that.
A what game?
New
What?
Tomb Raider?
Oh, the new. Did you play the last one?
I did.
Like the reboot with whatever the younger whatever.
Yep.
Laura, was that good? Was it a good game?
It's very good.
'Cause I wanted to try that. I just never got around to it.
It has both my approval as a gamer, as a woman, as a critic. So yeah, it was a ton of fun to play. Tons of fun. And then what's it called?
Does she hold a bow correctly?
Yeah.
Like when she pulls back, is it like like my hands out here,
No,
or is it like up? Okay, all right, okay. Because that
yes, Hawkeye's bullshit.
that really gets me when people are like, "Ugh. Oh, look at that! I just shot that freaking squirrel from 1,000 yards." Yeah, whatever.
Brave?
What?
Have you ever seen the Disney movie Brave? The Pixar movie? Well, it's very true to life how they do the bow in there. Pixar was very meticulous in the details to make sure that they had real archers in. There's a scene in the movie where they have an archery competition.
Spoilers!
Where, it's like the first 5 minutes of the movie where Merritt is in an archery competition and she's competing against 3 other contestants, and the 3 people, they all have a very basic archery thing they do wrong. And so this person does something wrong with their archery, with their drawing the bowstring, and it makes the arrow go high. And they've brought in archery experts who's like, yes, that's exactly how it would work. And then Merida, the lady, comes up and she does it perfectly. She's perfect form.
It even shows how the arrow bends when you shoot it. It was really cool.
It actually depends on what the shaft's made of.
Well, wood, because it's
Yeah.
olden times.
Yeah.
Pretty much they all bend, really, but depending what they're made of really depends on how they bend. Like if you watch slow motion of like an aluminum arrow and it's doing this, but then if you watch like a carbon fiber arrow, it's like, and you're like, wow, it looks like a wet noodle. Then it hits and it's like you're like, oh my god, how's that? And you pull it out, and it's like, wow, it's perfectly straight.
Very nice.
Yep.
There's another game. It was, oh gosh, all I can think of is Rampage. I know that's not the right one. Evolve, there we go.
Rampage, wasn't that where they climb up the buildings and?
Yeah, they punch in and they grab the woman and they eat her.
I like that. Yeah, I like that game.
I played that a lot when I was little. But no, Evolve. It's basically a 5-player game where 4 of you are players and then the other one is a monster.
Yeah, you're like hunters and you hunt the monster down.
It's Left 4 Dead, but the fifth person is always the tank, pretty much.
Which looks like a lot of fun. That could definitely be a great Hubcast play-along kind of thing. I can only imagine the wolves.
Yeah, it's not like Left 4 Dead where you need teamwork.
Although I can only imagine it'd be really lonely playing the monster because you have no one to talk to.
Unless you get in like a party and then you just taunt the people.
I guess.
You play like creepy guy. I see you. Because didn't all 4 of the characters weren't they all like a different specialty?
Right. Yeah.
There was like the hunter and the medic guy and the whatever, and that's
like a wild party.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. And I didn't really pay much attention to Sony or Nintendo's briefings because
I didn't watch them either.
I didn't watch any of them.
One complaint that I did hear about Sony though was that they seem to focus all on these games, which is great, but almost none of the games were first-party titles. The games that they were promoting were on all platforms.
They had a couple of exclusive games, like The Order 1886 and Uncharted. But for both consoles, for both the Microsoft one and the Sony one, they both opened with third-party title.
Yeah.
Sony opened with Destiny and Microsoft opened with Call of Duty. And most of the games they were promoting, like Assassin's Creed and things like that, they were going to be on all the consoles. Because I don't think it's economically viable for makers of AAA titles to have exclusives anymore because there's so many more consoles out there now than there used to be.
Yeah.
Like in the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox days, Microsoft and Sony could deliver a dump truck full of money, and that would be more than what the game developer would make by selling it on both consoles. They pay them off so they don't release it on the other system. But nowadays, you can't release Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty on one console. No matter how much money Microsoft ponies up, you're going to make more money by also releasing it on the PlayStation.
Yep, that is the truth.
And so it seems like the only exclusive titles are either smaller developers, like Respawn was for Titanfall, where Microsoft could make enough money.
Bungie?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not Bungie, I'm sorry. I was thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, like Respawn and Titanfall, or small indie developers where they can pay for the assets or give them use of their servers or whatnot, or their first-party titles like Halo,
Yeah.
where of course they're not going to be on another system.
Well, I know we're running kind of long on time here. Was there anything else from you three that we wanted to touch on, at least in this podcast? Because we can always talk about it more next week, too.
One more Halo thing. They had a trailer for the Halo 5 beta.
Guardians.
Yeah, Halo 5 Guardians beta. They had a trailer for that at E3, and it really struck me that the first people went into that point a little deeper and saying that Halo 5 will be a game where it's going to focus on the arena aspect. Arena shooter being one where everybody spawns in the exact same way. There are weapons on the map. Everybody spawns with the same weapon. Everybody spawns with the same abilities. And then you go and have map control and weapon control
So
to fight each other.
Halo 3, Halo 2.
Yeah, like Halo 1, 2, and 3, and less like Reach and Halo 4.
Yep. Yay! It makes me happy camper.
Frankie also said that armor abilities are things that are probably not going to be in the game.
Yay!
Instead,
didn't it say that it had all new armor or all new abilities?
they said Spartan abilities, which Frankie said is more like sprint or dual wielding or boarding a vehicle. Like more.
It did show like in that trailer a guy duck into cover behind a little wall.
Yeah, like I saw one bit of speculation from somebody saying that if sprint is still in the game, one thing they could do is add additional button combos with sprint. So, hey, if you jump while you're sprinting, you're going to do this kind of leap. If you crouch while you're sprinting, you're going to do this kind of slide behind something. Like they can
Street
add,
Fighter.
Yeah, 2 combos. Not like Halo 2 BXR combos, but like legit combos. But yeah, that's one of the things that Frankie and some other folks on 343 were talking about on Twitter and in forums, and when they're answering questions, is that they're moving away from armor abilities, moving away from loadouts, and they're getting more to the roots of the Halo 1 through 3 kind of gameplay.
Yeah, I have no problem saying I think that loadouts were probably the worst thing to ever happen to Halo. I can't help it. It changed the game. It changed it in a really negative way, at least in my limited perspective. Because I remember being on high ground in Halo 3, and there was a concerted effort to take the overshield, to take the active camo, to get to these certain points. And then when you hit Reach, and even in Halo 4, you get rewarded for doing things that are against the objective. The better you do, the more weapons you get. And I understand you want to reward people for being good, but then that just increases the disparity, and it's not fun to play. If I'm spawning with my BR and somebody else is spawning with a rocket launcher, it's hardly going to be a balanced match. It's less run and gun, and
I noticed that playing. There's a huge difference between Valhalla and Halo 3 and playing what's it called in Halo 4, the Valhalla remake.
That map. I call it that map.
That's how little I care.
Okay, then Valhalla and Halo 4 playing 2 maps. Is that in Halo 3 it was all about map control. You wanted to go to the down Pelican because you have items that spawn there.
Right.
Or you wanted to go and get the overshield. You wanted to go to these different points on the map. The Spartan laser in the center. You wanted to control these aspects of the map. And it encouraged people to keep moving around the map as weapons kept respawning. So you can control different points of them at strategically important times. In Halo 4, on the other hand, you play that map, and people just hang out at their bases. They hang out at their bases with their DMRs and shoot each other because there's no reason to go out. Because if you get enough kills from your base with your DMR, you can call in a rocket launcher, you can call in a Spartan laser.
Yeah, you're actually rewarded and encouraged for avoiding contact.
Yes.
As much as possible. Whereas in the first 3 Halo games, it really was all about map control. And there were certain points on the map where you knew there was going to be a fight. And if you were looking for kills, you knew where to go. And I know that people used to get the timing down and things like that, but that's something that everybody can do.
I remember
Look it
that.
up.
I remember that all the time when we played Halo 2 and 3 so much. Halo 2 and 3 with our friends. Is I would always be calling out, hey guys, the rockets are going to respawn soon. The rockets are going to respawn in the next 15 seconds. Hey, somebody needs to go and check out the overshields. It's going to be there. Those are the kind of things people would have to be prepared about. But in Halo 4, when you get your kill streak, you call in your weapon. Or Reach, you just spawn with the weapon you wanted in your loadout.
Yeah, I feel like the first Halos were more about collective teamwork, whereas the Reach and Halo 4 are more about lone wolves, and that one person really can carry an entire team, whereas in Halo 3, that was a lot harder to do.
Yeah,
But now I feel like an old grumpy person.
Well, it's okay, because 343 apparently agrees. They, which is one thing I mentioned on the forums. We have a thread on the Hub forums about the Master Chief Collection, and people should go there and share their thoughts on it. But one thing I mentioned in there is I feel that the real Halo 5 beta test isn't necessarily what's going to be coming in December.
Right.
The real Halo 5 beta test, in a lot of ways, is the Master Chief Collection itself. Because 343 is going to have access to all this data.
Billions of data points.
You have 100 maps. You have 5 different engines going on at once.
You can see what's being tapped most.
Yeah, you
what
can see what's
people are
popular.
Playing, what game, what weapons are they choosing?
What has longevity?
Yeah, what can not only spike increase in population, but maintain that increase in population.
Yeah, they're going to be able to see what do our fans, the people who go out and buy the Master Chief Collection, they're going to be almost all of those people are also going to buy Halo 5.
Yeah.
They're going to be a significant chunk of the people who buy Halo 5.
Yep.
So those are the people you want to get the data from to see what they enjoy. You know, if Halo 4 is the most popular game in the Master Chief Collection, 343 can say, hey, that kind of vindicates what we did in Halo 4, and we should go down that same path.
Yeah.
But if Halo 1, 2, or 3 are the most popular, or one of those is the most popular game, they can say, hey, we should tailor Halo 5 more in this direction to appeal more to this audience.
Because the beta is really early.
Yeah, it is
Really
surprisingly
early.
early. The Halo 3...
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean because Halo 5 doesn't come out till... Yeah, okay.
That's like
It's-
alpha build.
It's like a year before the game comes out. It's crazy. The Halo...
Well, is the beta... They didn't say the beta's coming out with the thing. It just has access to it, didn't it?
They said the dates the beta's going to be. It's like December 27th through January something or other.
Wow, that's ridiculously early.
Yeah, so the beta's coming out a year before the game. Halo 3 and Reach, when Bungie did the betas for those, it was like 3 or 4 months before the game came out.
Yeah, usually betas aren't, or within 6 months of launch.
Yeah, it was done. I mean, the game was Reach and Halo 3 were practically done by the time they released the beta.
It was troubleshooting.
Yeah, it was finding bugs. It was
Yeah.
rebalancing weapons. It was
Yeah.
finishing the last few maps.
That's generally what betas are for.
Yeah.
But the Halo 5 beta is so early, I can imagine they're going to get a lot of feedback, and I would not be surprised if they have another beta sometime in 2015, like in the summer, to have the next build of the game released.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised, because it is so much better for 343 to have this actual beta of people playing the Master Chief Collection than for them to try to sort through the ashes of Flame Wars on the forums to try to figure out what people want. Because you can't get anything from that, or you can't get very much from that.
It's going to be a really biased opinion one way or the other that's not representative of the population.
Yeah. But here, people have to put where their money or their mouth is. That if you like this game, go play this game, and 343 is going to see that this game is popular, that game type, that engine is what's most popular. So it's really exciting that they're going to be crafting Halo 5 to be more like what the community wants.
So I'm sure we'll have some more news about this as time goes on, but we are just about where we need to wrap up, and we haven't touched on anything else. So just, I'm going to throw it out there real quick. AGLE rankings by Rage More Nerd went up today, so you can check those out. Shad did a 10 questions with the Alpha Journal, so you can get to know El Tortuga a little bit better. Distillery Evil submitted his top 30 players, number 16 through 20. You're still not in it.
I'm not there yet. I must be in the top 10.
Yeah. The EUGBL Fantasy League has started up yet again, and there are 20 days until RTX. I know, my heart just kind of like skipped a couple beats. It's coming so soon.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And terrifying. And the schedule's up too.
RTX, I am excited about going, and I'm going to be relieved that all of this hard work we've put into it is actually going to lead to something.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also a little sad because when RTX comes, that means RTX is almost over.
That is true. That is true.
Then there's always next year.
And there's always next year.
Although Bungie is going to be at RTX.
Playing Destiny.
Apparently Destiny is going to be there. People can play Destiny. And also 343 is going to be there.
Yep.
And we don't know this officially, but I would bet dollars to donuts that the Master Chief Collection will be playable at RTX.
Are they going to have like a Rumble?
Is it Bungie and 343?
343?
They're on opposite sides of the convention center.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
A lot of people in between.
They'll put us right in the middle because our loyalties are divided. We're the peacekeepers because we appreciate Bungie, but we also appreciate 343. We could break them up.
I'm not saying that Bungie was bad.
Oh, stop it!
There's one of the two we find has been much easier to work with.
Stop it.
Yep.
So I guess we should close out this Hubcast with a
Hey,
dramatic...
only one of the companies has
Can
a
you
Grifball
not
team.
interrupt me?
343 has a real Grifball team that plays in the league, so
You never asked Bungie though if they want to have a team.
that's true.
May I? So I think we should probably close out this episode with the dramatic reading, Rally.
Okay, you got to get the people on.
Are they on?
Yeah, I'm saying we need them right now.
Okay. Where are you going, Cal?
Yeah, it's not the camera.
You got to set up the camera. Are you going to act with it?
All right, Bourbon's not on.
Getting there. Do.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up the comic. Is Dead Dragon? Oh yeah, Dead Dragon is in the chat, so we'll have to.
Yeah.
Do you have her on Skype, Riley?
I do not.
Okay.
Do you?
No.
Oh. Carrie says she's on. Oh, there's Carrie. I can add Carrie, I think.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think I had to do this the other day, didn't I? I have to hit the plus.
Yeah.
Take a picture. No. Add people to this call. Okay. Yep, there it is. Add to call. Does Goose still have me from the interview thing way back when? That was Dana. Do you still have her?
Look.
She is looking. Carrie says she's on. Somebody needs to mute themselves. I can add Carrie, I think.
Okay.
Oh, I think I had to do this the other day.
All right, I invited Dana.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Right person?
I hope so.
No, that's her. That's the right one. That's her name,
Hello.
and there's a picture of a dragon, so
Hello.
Although it dropped. I don't know what happened.
All right, I invited her again.
Did you wake Curtis up?
Yeah, he's awake.
Barely, or is he actually awake? He's like,
He's kind of groggy.
he's gonna be like drunken bourbon.
He probably wishes he was.
Be like authentic. I think that was Dana.
Yep, I think we got the dragon in here.
Hi.
Yeah.
I love this. This is so awesome. We've got like all these people to do all these readings, and I don't have to.
All right, is everybody ready?
What?
I'm sharing the link around if anybody wants to read along.
I have it open, but I don't need to read.
All right, Dana, whenever you're ready.
Bourbon, I hear that you're going to have a child soon.
Yeah, actually, Dr. Leo told us we were having triplets.
You sound pretty excited. You are excited, right?
Oh, yeah. This is like the greatest thing to ever happen to us.
So you're ready for 3 times the diaper changing, crying babies, bottle feeding, sleepless nights, baby puke, children shows, baby clothes, cribs, car seats, formula, and all the other little details that come with having a kid. Like no more time for yourself.
Oh, boy. I think I need to wake up now.
Think of it this way. All the waking up is just practice for when the baby's here.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, is that a new lamp?
Yep, it's pretty sexy, huh?
I drew a sexy lamp.
Yes, you did. I like Bourbon's reading. Oh yeah, this is like the greatest thing to ever happen to us.
I want to have Bourbon read like every week for the rest of the year because he gets better and better every week.
That's part of the joke, isn't it? That he's like, this is the greatest thing to ever happen to me.
You killed it, Cal. You just killed it dead.
That's typical Cal.
It is.
Yeah, it
They
is.
just the lamp is in every picture.
It is. I did notice that on my
Although
second reading through.
It changed colors at the end.
Are you sure?
Bourbon's brown now.
It's not brown.
He's brown. He's brown in the comic now. He's usually
Who is
red.
the lamp?
Bourbon. No bourbon.
Oh, that's because all the colors that are like the brownish color on my thing, I can't tell the difference in any of them.
It's okay. You're
Like-
just being accurate.
They literally
It's okay, I'm
look
dark
like
blue.
it's a what? Oh, damn it!
All right. So, is there anything else that we needed to cover before we wrap up for tonight?
We have
I
the
don't-
30-second Cal thing.
Oh, that's right. We need to do
Oh.
1 minute with Cal. So I told Cal that we would give him a subject on the fly.
Was there any questions?
No, he sent me anything.
Oh, stupid community.
All right. So why don't we toss it to Bourbon? What do you want Cal to talk about for 1 minute? What burning question do you have?
I
for Cal?
know I could stump him if Bourbon doesn't have anything.
Go for it, Raleigh. I'll think of one for next week.
Since the Kings are in the Stanley Cup Finals right now, why don't you give us the history of the Stanley Cup?
The history of the Stanley Cup.
Yes. Dear. All right. Ready? Go.
Well, if it's anything like the history of the Ashes, the Ashes, of course, are the cricket championship that's played between England and Australia. The history of the Ashes would be that the Australia and England were playing each other in cricket repeatedly, and then England kept always beating Australia. So one time, England actually lost to Australia, and Australia had to give to England, or England had the Ashes of English cricket, because Australia kept beating them, and that's where the name the Ashes comes from.
It's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, that's close.
No, it's not.
Let him talk.
I imagine Lord Stanley's Cup is something similar. There's probably some really drunk Canadian named Lord Stanley. Like, Canada still lives under the iron fist of the Queen of England anyway. They never had a revolution like we did. So I'm guessing Lord Stanley was some drunk English monarch that was, all powerful in Canada, and he was like, dance on the ice for my amusement, and he had a cup that he used to drink from. And so the name Stanley Cup is named in his honor.
Time. What's funny is you say Lord Stanley, and all I can think of is the Grifballer.
It is Lord Stanley's Cup, isn't it?
Yes, it is Lord Stanley's Cup.
I
You
got
did get that. You got that right.
I got that detail right. And they always drink from it, and then pee in it, and then drink from it again.
They do many things in it. Probably better some left unspoken.
And then they drink out of it for some reason. Do they carve names in it?
They don't really carve them, but they get stamped.
Oh, okay.
It's actually the body of it. It's rings, and every year they take a ring off because they can only fit so many names, and they put a new ring on, and they stamp. They have this same company does the engraving where they just they stamp everybody's name on it.
What happens when
It's
they
pretty
have
neat.
face?
That's where they take the ring off and they add another ring.
Oh, so
It stays the same height. It doesn't keep getting taller and taller and taller, because that's what would happen if they kept adding rings. So they take a ring off and they add a ring, a new ring.
doesn't it keep growing?
Oh.
That's what I just said. So it doesn't keep growing. They take one of the rings that's full off, and they put a new ring on with the current.
So the teams that won it in 1954 aren't on the Stanley Cup anymore?
I don't remember exactly where the break off is, because it's different sizes. It's the big rings is what the ones they take
that's
off.
the idea is that teams.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
won-
Yeah, exactly. And then they go to the Hall of Fame.
All right, well,
The other rings.
that's been your 1 minute with Cal. So go Kings, one more win, and the Stanley Cup is yours. We will
I love the Stackley Cup.
then
That's
continue.
that's the running gag on the Onion, where when they do cover hockey and they always get it wrong, always get the details wrong. It's like, it's time for the Stackley Cup Finals. All of Canada is turning out to watch all 4 periods of action.
He did say he was supporting the Rangers.
Yep.
I blame that.
Although, speaking of the Onion, there's a new Onion spin-off site that was launched today.
No, it's time to say goodnight, Cal.
It's called clickhole.com. It's a BuzzFeed parody. It's hilarious. They had a quiz on there, but what hungry hippo are you?
The hungriest one.
Yes.
That's it for this
And
episode.
also-
Different ones.
Yeah, that's the joke.
The hungry. I had that when I was a kid, and we always, you slammed the things down. We'd always break the heads off.
If he was trying to ford the river, and then tragically, it turned into a real game of hungry hippos.
Tragically, that's all the time we have for tonight. So Cal, go get the bumper music ready.
Ah.
All right, thanks everybody for coming out and supporting the Grifball Hubcast. We appreciate your patronage and support. As always, remember, if you want to buy something on Amazon, use the Grifball Hub link. We get a percentage of the sale, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Helps keep the lights on and keep Cal fed. And Ellie. So if you don't like Cal, think of Ellie.
What about Simon?
We don't want to talk about him because he puked all over the carpet, and then Ellie ate it, and I'm still kind of grossed out by that.
Ugh.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks to...
Thank our readers.
Yeah, I was about to say thanks to Vermin, Dragon, and Gizmo for being our readers.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And of course to everybody in the chat box who hangs out with us and makes us feel really good about ourselves by listening in. We appreciate it a long time. So on behalf of all of us here at Grifball Hub, Cal, do you have the bumper thingy? All right, take it away.
Thank you for listening to the Grifball Hubcast. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Grifball Hub for all the latest in Grifball news and entertainment.
Yay!